All right. Today we talk about business administration. We have luckily programs both on bachelor and master level. So all interested, maybe you want to apply for bachelor's, but you could still stay because then you know how to extend your studies in Germany to apply further for master. Maybe you already have master and want to switch and do a bachelor. So all is here for you, and you are very welcome to apply to multiple programs if you wish. Who is behind this session? I suppose you know about my German university, but I want to remind you that this is a database where you can find English, fully or partially English taught study programs. Now you can even find fully German taught study programs. And for that, you can use this magic study finder, which has lots of filters. The version that you see right now is just a demo one, because when you go to a full page, then you have lots of filters which can be combined, adjusted, and then even sorted according to different criteria so that you can find the most suitable program according to the subject, etc. We also have lots of articles. The novelty about the articles is that they are translated into different languages. So in case you want to apply for bachelor's and you need to know what a Studienkolleg is, you are welcome to have a look on this article about Studienkolleg. Also in 𝘗𝘢, the program that will be presented today, they also have their own prep courses. So again, this will be mentioned there, and there are some details that also could be important. For masters, we have a whole section about master studies in Germany. Then it comes to letter of motivation, sample, etc., etc. So those articles are interesting. But what I like most about them is that they are written by internationals, which means that we try to address those pain points as we have gone through the similar procedure as you are probably going through right now. Therefore, we try to be helpful in this regard as well. Of course, to stay connected and also provide information, we have webinars. We have general and subject webinars. In general webinars, we present broader topics like visa, scholarships, uni assists, studying in Germany. And there my colleagues, Marie and Oliver, presents those topics to you. And we also have a part for a Q&A. We also have webinars in Spanish. Jorge is conducting them, and the next one is tomorrow. In case there are Spanish speakers right now and you want to know studying in Germany topics, then feel free to join tomorrow, Jorge. And then, of course, we have subject webinars as the one today, where we present, or actually we give the mic to our guests to present their programs. And in addition, they even stay for you to answer the questions, which we believe is should be very much appreciated from our side. Of course it is, but also from attendees, because then you, in case they're in the process of application, then yeah, here they are to answer your questions. And of course, our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany, but we are all around the Germany, and we are counseling in multiple languages. Now, as I have mentioned, there are the study finder that I showed you was just a demo version, because in reality there are much more filters. So all of this have a breakdown menu, and you can apply, adjust all the different things. For example, program feature requirements in terms of work experience, in terms of English scores, and so on. And then you can sort by, for example, application deadline. Frequently used filter is English only option, but there are also things, for example, a German course is available, or partially German taught study program. And for example, the one right now you see here is as an example of that. So feel free to play around with filters and then find most suitable program. And why those filters are important, because of course you will not have time to browse through 1,469 programs that have to do something with business administration. Therefore, naturally, to narrow down your search, your first thing will be to narrow down to bachelor and masters, and then maybe English only, and then some other things, because the numbers are still high. All right, what else? We have also subject pages. So subject pages provide a description of the subject, for example, business administration. And there you'll have lots of graphs and interesting content in terms of tuition, general application admission requirements, language requirements, and like what you should expect, what usually universities want you to have, and also what do they offer. However, these are broader, this is broader information. Of course, each program you will also hear is today is very unique, and they have different requirements, be it language or other application document. Therefore, it's very, very important to always check out carefully all programs. Yes, here is an advice to not be guided by only names or city names, because all programs, as mentioned, are different, unique, and we advise you to check the program details themselves carefully and make an informed decision accordingly. A few words about the university landscape in Germany. In Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. What is important for you to have in mind is that usually universities have more research and theory-oriented programs, and universities of applied sciences usually have more application, practice-oriented programs. But always there could be exceptions on both sides. Again, going back to the previous slide, check out programs individually, and we help you with that, with the webinars, for example. Another suggestion will be to check programs or to find a program by subject and filter by subject, not by program name, because you don't want to guess the program names. They could be all different, so that you don't miss also nice ones. Unless you know exactly the program name, then please filter by subject. All right. Now we start with the first speaker, Jaroslav. Will be talking from Hamburg, Kühne Logistics University. He will present Bachelor in Science, Business Administration, location, some program details, very important, maybe deadline for the application are on the slide, and more details will follow from him. Meanwhile, I'll go behind the scenes and try to share some useful.
Thank you, Nino. So thank you everybody for coming here today. I'm gonna share my screen. So I would like to ask you to nod once you see the screen. Perfect. Thank you. So first of all, I'm going to introduce myself one more time. My name is Jaroslav, but everybody calls me Jaro. And today I'm going to be talking about our bachelor program and about our foundation program. It's known by many names. The most common one in Germany is Studienkolleg. So let's get started. First of all, where are we located and what are we? Kühne Logistics University is a leading state-recognized research university which is located in Hamburg. What does it mean? Well, first of all, we are located in a beautiful, beautiful area of Hamburg, which is Hafen City. Nino knows this area for sure. It's absolutely wonderful. There is always something to do, and the university itself is just amazing with the things we offer and with the things that we provide to our students. One of the things that we provide is, of course, our programs. First of all, we are focusing on business. We are focused on management and logistics. In our bachelor program, which is focused on business administration, our students may adjust their program accordingly to their preferences. We are going to talk about this in more detail in a couple of slides. We are also holders of several rankings and accreditations, such as ACSB accreditation that we have acquired a few months ago, around October, November. So it's quite a new accreditation that we have achieved. It's a accreditation for business universities around the world, and only a couple of universities around the world are actually holders of this. It signifies a very important step in our university, as it provides, or it assures the people who want to study with us that the programs that we offer when it comes to bachelor's or master's are of high quality and are something that is worthwhile for the future when it comes to working life after your studies. Another thing is also that we are a English-speaking university, which means all of our programs are in English when it comes to our Studienkolleg, when it comes to our bachelor or master's. And last but not least, we are an international university. What does it mean exactly? Well, some people say it's 50-50-50. What does it mean? It's 50% of our students come from Germany, 50% from our students come from abroad, and it comes from 50 different countries. Let's see another slide. So one of the main, how to put it, ways how we talk about KLU, Kühne University, or the mindset that we are using is called the operations mindset, which basically means that we have certain values that we try to implement on our students, and we try to prepare our students for the future. What does it mean? What are these values? Of course, this, for example, future-oriented. This is knowledge-driven. This is real-world focused. This is student-centered, and of course sustainability-minded, because sustainability is also a very important part of today's era. And all of these points I'm going to be talking about in more detail in the next slides. And this is basically the main theme of KLU, that we focus on students, we try to prepare them for the upcoming situations and upcoming, problems in the world, and we think about it, we care about the world with a sustainability mindset, of course. What do we offer? Well, today we are going to be focusing on our bachelor and preparation program. Apart from this, we have several masters, and we are also a research university. What does it mean? Is that we offer a PhD programs to our students. We are one of the few research universities that actually offer this, and you can study with us from the preparation program or from the master bachelor program till the PhD program, which is almost 10 years of your studies. We can provide all of this to our students. But of course, we have things like, Master of Science in Dash Management. Then we have also, of course, Global Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Then we have part-time programs like Sustainability Management, and then Leadership and Supply Chain Management. And brand new, which is a program we are starting in September this year, Business Analytics and Data Science. Now we're going to be looking in more detail on the program itself. So if we speak firstly about the Studienkolleg, we offer Studienkolleg or preparation program at our university. It's called Business Foundations Program, another name that you can hear about this program, of course. And it is a one-year program for students that prepares for those, that come from countries which do not have equivalent high school degree that is considered to be an Abitur equivalent. This program is focused on economics. So in German, it's called a V course, and it is completely in English. The requirements are, you need at least a little bit of German. So that's absolutely mandatory that you need at least A1 level of German and B2 level of English. And with this, you can start studying with us for a year from the September of each year till May or June when we have the examinations from Studienkolleg or the foundation program, and then you get the opportunity to start our bachelor program. But as well, with this program, you can start another bachelor program at a different university if you want to. Then, of course, when we look at the bachelor program, so the bachelor program, that's the main topic of today, of course, business administration. And as mentioned, it is completely English. It takes 3 years, and there are a couple of different important points that we are going to be talking about today. So let's look at those points. So we have here, the core courses, the teaching, the career services, the semester abroad, profiles, and student life. All of these we consider to be very important points for our students, and all of these are something that makes the program valuable, interesting, and those 3 years, they make it worthwhile, and they make it informative, and they make it also fun for our students. So first, we are going to start with core courses. Core courses are basically classes that are part of the profile of business administration, which are mandatory to all of our students. I'm not going to be naming all of them. This is absolutely unnecessary, in my opinion, but these classes are part of our program, and they are segmented throughout all 3 years of the studies. We have classes, like accounting. We have classes like corporate finance, statistics, marketing, or for example, human resources management. So these classes are basically for our students, well, on one side, of course, to be in the same class together and to learn about business administration. And apart from this, I forgot to mention that KLU is focusing on the segment of small classes. So the bachelor program usually has around 30 to 40 students starting each year in our bachelor program. And in our preparation program, we have between 10 to 15 students starting each year. So there is a very close focus on student to professor ratio, where students get enough attention in all of our classes and they get enough, knowledge, and they have enough time to ask questions if some questions may occur during the classes. Now, the next thing. Here I have also mentioned exactly written that the exact ratio of our student to professor is 12 to 1. And what does it mean? Well, as I mentioned, small classes, a hands-on approach, case-driven projects. So basically there is a lot of theory because of course we are a research university, but there is also a lot of hands-on approach, such as, well, we are going to talk about it sooner, right after this slide, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I'm not going to be playing the video, of course, but one part, apart from the theoretical part, is also the practical part. That's very important for our students to obtain this knowledge once they want to start working in the future. That's why we have special department which is called career services, designed just for our students to support them, let's say in personality assessments, in professional career coaching, one-on-one networking events. We have different networking events such as Career Connect, which is the red text written at the bottom. Career Connect is, for example, tomorrow happening on campus, which is specifically designed event for our students to attend to, with different companies coming to our campus, presenting opportunities for students when it comes to internships or, future full-time jobs, of course. And then, of course, there's the Alumni Career Connect or Alumni Career Talks, where we keep in touch with our alumni and we, invite them to our campus and they present where they are at the moment, what was the journey to get to this point after their studies, when they're being bachelor, master. Apart from this is a very important step for our students, as this is in the curriculum. It's called personal skills training, and it's throughout all 3 years. It's in the first semester, it's in the third semester, and it's also in the fifth semester. So it's mandatory part for our bachelor students to have this knowledge once they finish their studies with us, so that they are aware of the situation, they are aware, how to write properly CV, how to do an interview for a company, or what are their strengths and weaknesses. Here we have a few examples. It's always, nice to talk about what we do for our students, what are the companies that come to our campus, but, it's good to have also some real tangible examples of students, where they are now or where they ended up after the bachelor or after the master. So we have students on the left side, you can see students who are doing our bachelor or who were doing our bachelor, and where did they go for their masters? We have here programs such as, MIT, of course. We have here University of Cambridge, we have here Copenhagen Business School, we have here University of St. Gallen, and so on and so on. So we have here quite a few universities where our students went to, since we are a research university which is accredited, so we are recognized in the whole world. And then, of course, we have here on the right side some examples of companies where our students are working. So we have here, of course, Kühne University, then there is 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥, of course. Then we have here 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥, then we have here Airbus, Aurubis, then we have here Beiersdorf, DHL, and so on and so on. So there are plenty more. There are plenty more companies where the students are working. We have also cases when the students just took over family business and they started dealing with what their family started. Of course, those are also the cases, but you can always ask me how it went. Very important part, semester abroad. In the second year, fourth semester, all of our students need to go for a 1 semester abroad, 5 to 6 months. And basically, it's an international experience. It's something that the students should experience in their studies, in the bachelor or in the master, of course. It's something that they should experience, how it feels to be living in a different country, how it feels to be, interacting with completely different culture when it comes to, either staying in Europe and going for, France, Spain, Italy, Scandinavian countries, England, or a bit further. We have here Asia. We have a lot of students going to Asia, to China, to Vietnam, that's a completely different world for them. But it's very important when it comes to the experience that the students need to have once they are finished with their studies to understand. Or they can go to the US, also very good option, US or South America. That's other side of the globe, of course, and it's also very important, very different, and very well, let's put it this way, it's a lot of fun for the students as well. At the end of the day, you go to university, but it's not the international exchange program is not just the university. It is also about, the culture. It's also about the different approaches of people, meeting new people, just getting to know how the world works. Now we are getting into slightly more deeper topic of the program, which is the profiles. KLU, we offer business administration, but it can be modified depending on the profile that you want to choose. We have here 4 different profiles, and students can choose any of those and then follow specific path. We have here profiles such as international management, sustainable management, supply chain management, and digital management and innovation. So these programs are all open to our students, and this is not going to change, just to be clear, this is not going to change the degree that they receive. It's still going to be a business administration degree. However, there's going to be some kind of specialization, which basically gives you more of an insight for the future. If you want to do a master degree, let's say in international management, or if you want to do a master degree in supply chain management, that's up to the student, of course. So this is slight extension that we offer to our students so that they can, deepen their knowledge. Let's say international management, there is a consumer behavior, supply chain management, transportations, of course, digital management innovation, there is programming with Python or data analytics. So to deepen this knowledge for them. Last but not least, and we are getting to the end of the slider here, is the student life. Again, I'm not going to be playing the video. I'm going to tell you shortly. Student life is very important for us as well at KLU. It speaks for itself when it comes to the professor to student ratio, as well as we like to support our students when it comes to, organizing events, organizing clubs, and supporting, the process of interactivity of KLU, well, with the outside or with the inside. We had TEDx talk, for example, on our campus a couple of days ago. That's a very important event for us, and it was organized by our students partially to, make this a very big and important day for us. We have here different clubs such as Ambassador Program. We have here clubs such as Advice Supply, which are cooperating with different companies. They are consultations companies. Then there is, for example, the club called Women in Business. Of course, this is focusing on famous, strong female figures in the world who are willing to speak and show how difficult or how whatever the challenge is obtaining such a position in the world, and so on and so on. And of course, students are welcome to start their own clubs if they have an idea and they want to continue with it. No. So, and now last but not least, the slide, how to apply. So when it comes to the bachelor program and the foundation year, it's similar process. The deadline, the international deadline for our students is 31st of May. So that's for those who are from abroad, outside of European Union, and require, for example, visa if they want to enter Germany. This is very important. For those who are already located in Germany or who are already located in European Union, then the deadline would be 15th of July, because there is less time to process documentations, of course. And then final thing is, when does it all start? It starts on the 1st of September. Well, first week of September, more or less, when it comes to, being the welcome week and getting to know each other, the students from the master programs, bachelor programs, and the foundation year. And that's it. If you have questions, I'm happy to, point you towards my German university. They have a wonderful website, they have wonderful profiles with all of our programs and all of the information. If you have a more specific question that might be not visible on their profile, you can always get in touch with us either through our website or through our email address, which is study@klu.org, or you can call us. That's also possible. Or last but not least, you can come to campus. You can just come to campus and visit us. So thank you, Nino. That's it from me.
Thank you very much, Jaroslav, for the presentation, all the details. Dear attendees, now I need your attention because there is lots of things in chat going on. First of all, the program page is there, so just go ahead and open it. And also, while Jaroslav mentioned some videos, I put the links to them and the whole channel of the university there, because I just had a really quick look and they even have the best dissertation award and all the interviews from professors available. So in case you want to, have a look or watch that, feel free to check that out. Anyways, thank you very much, Jaroslav. Once again, there are some questions, some also broad general questions for all speakers, so we will address them in a while. However, before that, we are very happy to have our second guest, Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘵𝘩, who will be presenting master. So now we switch to Master of Arts level, Digital Business Modeling and Entrepreneurship. Again, the deadlines for this program, there are 2 intakes, so you have 2 deadlines to use. And yeah, feel free to, again, open the program page right away, as I will share the link in a minute. Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘱𝘅, thank you very much for your time, and the mic is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nino. And yeah, welcome everybody. And I'll give you a short introduction here of our master's program in digital business and entrepreneurship. Yeah. So we are at the other side of Germany, in the south, in Munich. Yeah. So also not maybe bad. Yeah. The mountains and the lakes and quite a few international digital companies in Munich. So we have Microsoft for a long time, but nowadays also will Apple, Salesforce, the latest incoming will then be ChatGPT. So there's really some sort of digital hub in maybe even as far as Europe is concerned, certainly as far as Germany is concerned. Now, ourselves, Hochschule der Wirtschaft, we are an institution that's private. We are owned by the business association, by the industry association here in Bavaria. And for you as students, most important, we also transfer this into our faculty. So we think we really have a faculty of people who actually do what they teach. Yeah, so that in our programs, you not only get the state-of-the-art knowledge, but you also get the sort of the perspective and the experience of people who really know what it means to have the responsibility. And then we can have a bit of a look at the program itself. So I mean, the digital, we do not need to justify. Everybody knows it. It's everywhere, and I mean, it's forming the business reality of today. What are we doing in the program? Yeah, so it has 2 pillars. Yeah, so what is this digital business part? And here we want to give students a solid set of skills that is needed to manage this kind of technology from a company perspective. So as laid out here, yeah. So then it of course starts with the customer benefit and marketing and competitive product situation, but then we go through the design, the product management, the IT management, and ultimately the data analytics. So that you have a meaningful combination of everything that is needed for a company to actually be successful with digital products. And the course is made as a business school course. Yeah, so here we are dealing with the technical solutions, but we anticipate, we assume the situation that most companies have, just about everybody has, that you have those mixed teams. So then there will be specialists who represent the actual IT competency or platform or the coding competency. And then there's other people who are dealing with the product, with the strategic side, with the customer side. And for the latter, that's our course here. Yeah, so it's designed for people who have a bachelor's degree from a business school. And then we also accept people with an IT degree. And then you can inquire also if you have a engineering degree, then most likely we have a solution for you, because then we will have a pre-master semester, so then we can provide you with some introduction into management skill, so then that after a first introduction pre-semester, you can also take part in this program. Yeah. So that's one pillar, so to say. Yeah. And then the second part is this entrepreneurship thing. And entrepreneurship, of course, I mean, is the management science of the venture, of the startup, of the newly founded company. Yeah. So then if you look at the subjects here, you will say, I've seen that before, right? I mean, now we have finance again, and leadership again, and organization again, and so on and so forth. And from our side, we say, yes, of course, because that's the nature of a master's program, is it not? Yeah, that you are bringing your basic skill from your bachelor's, and now you look for one application where you really want to understand it, you really want to go into it and explore it. And that's what we are doing here. And I can best describe it from my own perspective. Yes, I'm also a teacher in finance. So if I look at my own students from my own institution, then I see them in the bachelor program, what they do in corporate finance or general finance, because at some earlier point in time, I was designing that course. So I know what they bring, but then the usual, procedure when we do now entrepreneurial finance and we look into how to deal with a venture capital firm and how to finance a startup and how to really make those contracts, then the normal reaction is that people say, oh, Professor, thank you. Here's enough new input. Yeah. So don't worry. Yeah, that's not a repetition. It's a strengthening and a specialization and making you fit to work in this highly dynamic field of the agile management and of the digital company, so to say. Yeah, that's what we want to do here. Yes, and then I mean the way we are working here, I mentioned, yeah. So we teach what we do. We make it a priority that we have people who really know what they are talking about. And if I look at the finished product, so to say, then I think that our students are probably 50-50, yeah, going into startups actually. And in that case, not everybody is their own founder. Yeah, it happens. And we love it. We had wonderful examples. We had a guy with an electronics business from Taiwan. We had a lady with a furniture online shop in Peru. At the moment, we have someone with a drone, with a flying camera business here in Munich. So yes, we are happy to have them. But of course, that's quite a challenge. Yeah, if you try to play a role in a startup and go to university at the same time. So this is high maintenance, yeah. But nevertheless, I think half the people in the end then have some sort of startup job and directly working in that field. That's sort of the background, the design of this program, yeah, digital business and entrepreneurship. And maybe also interesting, the other half is not doing that, but they join traditional companies. Yeah. So then here in Bavaria, there's quite a few of what we call the German Mittelstand, yeah, the medium-sized companies, which is in that case also, I mean, couple hundred to a couple thousand employees. So it's not tiny. And they are all fine, high-tech and international companies. Because I mean that's the standard nowadays, is it not? Yeah, that if you want your product or your customer, then your supplies or your software or your systems, everybody is more or less international in some way, and everybody is digital. And last not least, I also see people join the big names here, the blue chips, which we have in Munich. And of course, I love to tell it, yeah, because it's a proof of concept for us, yeah, that the companies that are in a position to choose, the BMW, Siemens, and Allianz, and Infineon, so really the big names that we have around us here, I have seen graduates from our program going into those as well. Of course, that's then a bit the question of the individual and a bit a question of the personal result, but certainly it's also happening. Yeah, and so giving you an impression of that this program is really working, so to say. Yeah. Yeah, for you as a student, maybe I also want to mention something that's pretty obvious and pretty much every university does it, yeah, but certainly we are serious about it. We want your active participation. Yeah, we for us as teachers, yeah, the easiest thing is to lecture you. Yeah, so if you let me, I can lecture 3 days in a row until there is smoke coming out of your ears or so. Yeah, not a problem for me. But for you to really get something that you keep and you still know 2 years from now and so on. That requires that you are active, that you work with it, that you solve problems, do presentations, solve cases, and so on and so forth. Yeah, this is not only our experience, there's also research about that. And the point that I'm heading for when I start with that is we are certainly not an online university. Yeah, so in order to really have a full exchange with our students, then we are very much fans of having groups in presence and having this natural situation that everybody's in the same room and discussing and spontaneous and exchanging things and so on. It's not to say that we don't have some digital elements and that some lecture or can be online, or we have one colleague who's from Belgium and then he's doing quite a few things online and so on, not without exception, but yeah, the general principle, we would like to have you here in Munich and then enjoy the nice surroundings, the not so big group size. Again, yeah, this is here 15 to 20 people or so in one course, and then a highly productive, I would say, environment for you. Yeah. To also mention, the private university situation. Yeah, so you can have this year as a 3-semester program, slightly higher monthly fee. You can also extend it in a 5-semester version. If you do the math, you will find it's simply stretching the course load and the payment a little bit over time. Apart from that, it is fully equivalent. Yeah. And then the prerequisite, as I say, a bachelor's degree in business or IT. And otherwise, please inquire, and we certainly also have a solution. And of course, this is happening in English. So then, yeah, we also need a proof of a B2 English background. Yeah. Yes, starting in March, probably as we talk now, yeah, in 3 weeks from now, nothing realistic for the audience, yeah, but then in October again, and then in March again, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I think that's it from me. Yeah, find our contacts and so on, and we are happy to take it on from there. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Jacobi, for the presentation and details. I also shared the contact detail from Sarah in chat in case the attendees you have further questions. And the Hochschule der Bayerischen Wirtschaft also has a YouTube channel. There are even some online lectures available there, so check that out. And there is a section for internationals, so everything will be in English then. Yeah, feel free to check that out as well, because sometimes it's easier to watch a video to have a first impression. And of course, many people want to live in Hamburg or Munich, or now we will hear another very interesting presentation from Pforzheim University, and Professor Dr. Maria Boslau will be presenting this. The place might not be that ringing a bell from right away, but this is the location. And the program is also very interesting, which means that we need your full attention towards Professor Boslau right now. And the deadline is not, although it's visible, it's June 15th is the application deadline for Master Digital Business Management. Again, I mute myself and I give mic to Professor.
Okay, just let me share the screen. So I hope you can see it now. Great, thank you very much, Nino, for the introduction, and welcome to this session. I will introduce you to the Digital Business Management Master's Program at Pforzheim University. I'm happy to have you here today. Yeah, here you see the background or history of Pforzheim University. It has quite some history in the past, starting in 1877. Then it expanded over time, and then in 1971 it became Fachhochschule Pforzheim, so Pforzheim University of Applied Sciences. And we introduced technical and also economic courses. Later on, there was also the establishment of the design faculty, which is also quite famous here in Germany. So we have this interdisciplinary approach at our university. And today it's also called Hochschule Pforzheim, Hochschule für Gestaltung, Technik, Wirtschaft und Recht. So we have this combination of design, technology, and economics. And I think our specific program fits quite well here because it's a mixture of technology, management, and creativity. So we have these three faculties here, once again, as a summary. In total, we have 28 bachelor's and 19 master's programs. And we are also accredited. So for the master's programs, especially the AACSB accreditation is relevant. So we're one of the first university of applied sciences in Germany who received this accreditation already in 2011. So quite some experience there. Our program offers, as I said, an interdisciplinary and practice-oriented approach in digital business management. So this is very important for us. You will also benefit from small learning groups and have individual support. So this is also very important. You will know your professor here at our campus. What we also offer is a 1 semester abroad option. So this is especially relevant or interesting for our German students, but we have a big part of our students are also from abroad. So they are also very open to go 1 semester abroad, but it's not a must, it's an optional semester abroad option. Our curriculum is also very flexible, so we have a variety of electives that I will show you later on, and we will prepare you for managerial and also expert roles and practice, especially in a digital and global context. Here you see a picture of the first intake we had last year. So this is a pretty new program that spans 3 semesters, consisting of 90 ECTS. You will receive a Master of Science at the end. The teaching language is English. And we also have a lot of projects, so it's not just about traditional lectures. So we have projects and workshops in the fields of digital management, digital business models, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and so on. So for us, it's very important also to give you the skills on project management and also leadership training. So yeah, as a University of Applied Sciences, we have a high orientation on application. There are a lot of projects with companies, and I will show you some examples later on. Let's have a look very briefly at our key objectives that we set ourselves when we prepared this program. So we want to give you an advanced training in digital business management. You should understand digital transformation projects. We also want to give you some strategic leadership skills. So how you can develop also digital business models, for example, and manage them successfully. You should also have an agility and digital mindset. And and also application and networking is very important for us. So there will, for example, be an excursion week where we will visit different companies in the field of digital business management. Who should consider enrolling in our master's program in digital business management? So firstly, we cater to aspiring digital leaders. So if you are seeking to lead digital transformation within companies, then this would be the perfect place for you. Also future strategists and innovators. And also, we are also a very international program. So if you are a global thinker with a technical edge, then this program is also perfect for you. What are the advantages of pursuing a master's program at Pforzheim University? So as I said, we are very interdisciplinary and we have a very comprehensive education on the field of digital business management, a close integration of theory and practice. We have these company projects, for example, where you will work in one semester for a real company and solve a real problem that they have. We have a very small groups and a personal culture. You will also have the possibility from the very first semester on to develop your individual profile. You will receive a globally recognized degree, and as I said already, there will be the option of a semester abroad at one of our partner universities. So there are a lot of different options later on for your career, and I would say there are different career paths. On the one hand, there is the managerial track, so you could become maybe a digital project manager or even a chief digital officer later on. But maybe there are also some expert roles possible, like a data scientist, for example. So if you are interested in analyzing complex data sets, then you will also learn this in our program. Let's have a brief look on the course contents and modules that we offer. You see here the 3 semesters we have. We start with digital management, which is one of the core modules to give you an overview of the program. And then we have the modern sustainable leadership module. So here you will learn about sustainable business models, also about leadership and change management, for example. Here you see some pictures from our intercultural training with Professor Wengelnick from Texas State University, who visited us, and his student had a lot of fun in this intercultural communication workshop course. Then we have more quantitative aspects as well, which is also relevant for your application, because you need some courses in statistics in order to be admitted to this program. So research methods, algorithms, and data structures. Then we also have data analytics with R. In the second semester, then we also focus on ethics and law in digital business, because we think, especially for example, if you think of artificial intelligence, ethics and also law are pretty interesting topics and necessary topics in today's world. Then there is another big course or module on the development of digital business models and also digital products, which is also combined with a project. And here you see some creative group work where we used the business model architect, a game where students developed digital business models also with a gamification approach. And they had a lot of fun with these building blocks and this gamification approach. We also use digital tools. Here you see a digital service blueprint that students applied during one of our classes. Yeah, then there's a big project that I already mentioned with a practical partner, with an industrial company, where you will work in a real project and present this to the management board. We do this, sometimes the partners are at the university. Here's a picture of a partner that joined us via Teams, and the industrial partners give feedback to the students, and so that students learn from practice. And then there's also the Agile project and process management module at the end. In the third semester, there are a variety of electives available, like big data analytics or supply chain simulations, or if you like more the coding world, you can also have some in-depth experiences in data science with Python, for example. So here you can really choose the courses that fit to your interests and profile. And finally, there's a thesis with 21 credits, a master's thesis, and we highly encourage you to write this thesis also in cooperation with a practical partner. As I said, we are very open to international guests and students, so we have a lot of international elements integrated in our curriculum, like, for example, international guest lecturers, this training, for example, also in intercultural skills from professors from the United States. So there are a lot of options that are already mentioned. You can also integrate some internships. They are especially available during semester breaks. the thesis collaboration I already mentioned, and also there's a big support system at our campus. So we have an alumni network, mentoring programs, and also a lot of company contacts and industry lectures. So there are a variety of reasons to study with us here at Pforzheim University. We have this comprehensive focus on digital business or digital project management. So we are also, as I said, a top-ranked public business school in Germany. This is a very well-structured 3-semester program, I think. So you can really choose, especially in the elective part, the courses that fit your career profile. And we are here also in a very economically strong region in the southwest of Germany, in the middle of Stuttgart and Karlsruhe. So there's a high employability if you like to stay here in Germany. And as I said, we have a large network of companies. Maybe some words to tuition fees and living costs. Since we are a state university, there's only a tuition fee or 1,500 euros per semester for non-EU international students. And if you are already in the EU, it's a little bit less. So there's only this semester contribution. Living costs are about 750 euros for rent, insurance, and other expenses. But this, of course, depends a little bit on your lifestyle. But these are some experiences that we had. What are the admission requirements to be eligible for this program? You must have a bachelor's degree in business administration. So it should be a good grade, so better than 2.5 in the German grading system. And if you're from abroad, we will calculate and transform this your grade to the German grading system. You need 10 ECTS in quantitative methods, including statistics, and 5 ECTS in business information systems. You should have a language proficiency in the level B2. And if you miss these 5 ECTS in statistics, we will also offer a course on statistics. So there's a online stat upgrade course available. And we will offer more information on that on the web page, where you can catch up on the statistical credits for admission. So this is an online course. This is an online exam with screen sharing for 5 ECTS credits, and the next one will be scheduled in June. It will take 45 minutes, so check our website on that if you are interested in this. The application will be, or the online system will be open in the end of April. Application deadline for the written application, which is also online, is June 15th. And then there will be an online interview with all of you who were successful in applying, and then you can enter the program end of October or end of September, beginning of October. So applications are reviewed on a rolling basis. So we highly recommend to start as early as possible. So thank you very much. If you have more questions, you can always reach us via this email address. And thank you very much for your time and your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Boeslau, for all the details you provided. Just give me 1 second. I will put this link to the course in chat and the information as well. Yeah. Today I've been browsing YouTube because it was mentioned from KLU, and then I decided to do it for all programs. So for Pforzheim, I put the channel. They have business school channel also on YouTube available, and there you can see actually alumni coming back to the university, and their experience or testimonials can be addressed there. Again, also program page, info email, and info package are in chat. So thank you once again, everybody, for your time and for the presentations. Now let us take the questions, and the first one that came in is about the scholarships that is relevant for all. Maybe we can start with Jaroslav. If there are any scholarships available for 𝘗𝘢, maybe prep course or the bachelor's program, and then I will ask all of you to take this question.
Of course, thank you, Nino. So yes, we have scholarships for our programs. We have scholarships for all of our programs. It's preparation, bachelor program, and master programs. They range from, well, we have the merit base, which is basically oriented according to your final grades at your high school or bachelor program, depends where you are at the moment of your life, of course. And additionally, we also look at, let's say, if you have social skills, if you have leadership skills, or anything that can be additionally shown in the application. Then there is the other one, which is called need-based scholarship, which you can guess. It's evaluated according to the social or family status that you have, depending on your parents or on yourself. And there are a few minor ones. If it's okay, I might be sharing the link in the chat, if it's fine. Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Maybe a follow-up, is the application, so if somebody applies to a program, is he or she automatically considered for a scholarship, or do they need to do a separate application? Because when I talk about scholarships, usually I mention 𝘗𝘪𝘵, and there you need to be very, very early. How is it with you?
So for us, it is basically once a student applies for a program, and once they submit an application to the program, then they are not automatically considered, but they are informed, and they are offered the option to start the application, where they can choose if they want to apply for, well, any of our scholarships that we have, basically.
Thank you so much. Professor 𝘱𝘳𝘵, are there any opportunities at your end?
Well, yeah, there's a limited opportunity, I would say. Yeah, so then we are participating in this Deutschland stipendium program. There we have some external sponsors, and then the state is helping along. But it's not huge. It's a couple €100 per person, and there's a handful of grants that are possible. But yes, we are happy to receive applications here, and then we see what we can do.
Thank you. Professor Bosler, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as Professor 𝘱𝘳𝘵 said. So I think we have limited possibilities here, but there are some possibilities like the Deutschland Stipendium and some other company-specific scholarships. And there's also a web page and some background information that I could provide later on that you can send via email.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Then there is a question from Rita. I guess this is for Professor 𝘱𝘳𝘵. As someone with prior knowledge of business process, will this program challenge me to think more innovatively about digital disruption and business model transformation?
Well, this is kind of, aiming at the core of what we do. Yeah. Yeah. So certainly, yeah, we have to discuss business models, so to say, on what's happening on the market actually. Yeah. So then, of course, there is a dynamic, and it's we know conventional ones and very conventional ones and innovative ones. Yeah. And then we try to explore how to be ahead of this development, things like that. Yeah. Certainly we'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Professor Boslow, you mentioned AI and data analytics, and the question is, in general, I'm really interested in data-driven decision making. How deep do we go into AI and data analytics?
Yeah, AI and data analytics is part of in the first semesters in the introductory courses and modules that we have. So there you will learn the basics of artificial intelligence and also data analytics. So we have specific modules for that. And then in the elective parts, you can also specialize more into these fields. If you like to code or develop applications in the field of AI, there we have some specific electives for that. So there are a lot of options.
Thank you. Jaroslav, you already answered the question regarding the previous grades. Could you please also mention it in this live Q&A? So if students apply from different countries, the amount of from which grades they need, high school grades depend on the country, and they can find the information, I guess, the page, or they will be informed later, or how is it?
Thank you. Apologies. Yes, I dare to answer the question, but sure, let's go like this. They are present on the website, absolutely. And in some rare cases, rare scenarios when we have, less experience with these programs or less experience with these certificates, high school certificates, then the admission team will reach out to the student, of course, and they will inform them about the documents that they require. And the students can, of course, read up on this on Anabin if they need to.
Okay. For those of you, if Anabin is something strange that you hear right now, is that you can check if your high school and also for bachelor, like if you apply for master, then your bachelor degree is recognized in Germany as equivalent to start your studies directly if you can apply directly as a program. And one point is that Anabin is fully in German, but you with Google or Chrome extensions or so you can translate to English. And the part is that you can find your previous degree as it's in your native language, so you don't need to translate it. So this is how it helps. I don't know if it's directly to Professor Yakoy, but according to Timespam, I think this is for you a question. Good evening. What job teaser is exactly guarantor of internship? Is it guarantor of internship?
Sorry, but I'm struggling now. What is meant with a job teaser here?
I think
so.
there
I mean,
should be. I
the
think it is
internship
information.
point. Yeah, I mean, the program per se does not require an internship. Yeah, so it's not an obligation to do some stretch of internship in that program. Yeah, we do have it in our bachelor program, and it's designed on top of that. Yeah, so then there's no second internship prerequisite. Yeah. On the other side, we have quite a few students who have some job on the side. Yeah, some back students, some working student engagement on the side. Maybe I think half of them, 60% or so. Yeah, and as a university, we love it. Yeah, that makes what people learn more valuable and gives you the perspective to put things together that you hear at the university. So not bad at all, and quite a standard for our people. And what we can do as a university is that we make sure you have a reasonably organized timetable. Yeah, so we are such a small place, so you don't need to come, 3 times a day for 1 hour or so. So then it's a morning session or an afternoon session or an evening session, and then that's it. So then you can see that over the week, over the days of the week, there's also some time to do the job if you like.
Mm-hmm. If I may add to that, in addition, the university has a career center, which is powered by Job Teaser. And then in case you are part of the university, dear attendee, you will have access to job openings that are listed by them only, which means it's not a guarantor, but you have an extra access, which you can use for your benefit.
Thank you. So I know it as a career center, so I did not have the partner name present with the Job Teaser. Thank you.
Yeah, I think there is no point if I share the link because you need to be a university, or you should be registered at the university.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Professor Boslow, there was a question for you. Again, content in this regard. I want to develop both business and tech skills. How much hands-on experience will I get with tools like R, Python in the data science related courses?
Yeah, so first of all, we are a digital business management program, so the focus is really on getting the management skills, but what you can really have a deep dive also in technology. But we are not a computer science program, so this is maybe important to know. There are some courses like data analytics with R, also data science with Python, AI and data analytics, where you will use the programming languages R and Python. And I got the feedback from some students from the last semester that they struggled a little bit with this because it was really a new world for them. So there is quite some technology and some coding involved in these courses. But most of these courses are in the third semester in the electives part. So you can choose them, but you do not have to choose them.
Mhm. And I think there was no requirement for ECT in ECTS points in coding, right? Or so, as a part of the application.
We only have these 5 ECTS in business information systems, so you should have some basic knowledge there, but you do not have to be a computer scientist. So it's a management program, yeah.
Thank you. Jaroslav, you mentioned the deadlines for the application, and then you and it was for non-EU applicants and EU applicants. And just this was not listed here, but as a follow-up, do you differentiate? So if the previous degree is outside EU, or if the person resides outside of EU but has, for example, a degree from within EU and now is outside. So how they should inform you about the status in this regard?
So you mean with regards to the application process? So like if they have a degree,
application deadline.
So if they are located in EU somewhere, which means they are for example, if the origin is outside of EU and they are located in EU, so they are a holder of visa and if they need to have a block account. So in these cases, they could technically apply even later on the 15th of July.
Okay.
So where they obtain the degree plays a role only if they would be originating from countries like India, Vietnam, or Thailand for the requirements of APS. In this case, they will play a role, but let's keep it simple. And if they're already in European countries or in Germany directly, and they have a degree from somewhere else, then it's fine. They have time till the 15th of July as well.
Wonderful, thank you. Because I asked this because students who need to have a Studienkolleg usually come earlier, and then in case they already wanted to apply for a study program and they are here already, this could be interesting for them. I see one more open question. And I think it was for Professor Boslau again. Does the curriculum address the ethical and regulatory aspects of AI in business application?
Yeah, maybe you remember I presented the module on ethics and law in digital business. So there are 2 courses, ethics in digital business. There we talk about ethics in general. You will learn about some theories and also especially about business ethics in the digital economy. And in the law course, there we also have a new professor in this field, there we focus, for example, also on IT security, data security, and so on, regulation of social networks, data protection law, and so on. So we will cover both of these fields.
Thank you. Another question that was sent earlier, and also I think it was relevant for all programs, the attendee was asking if the applications are fully digital, and Professor Jacobi said it's fully digital, and I think this is true for all programs. The application is directly through the university system, and it's directly and it's also fully digital. You need to upload the documents there. And